plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our fearless producer!
Gwynn Chris starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, first pitch swinging in the air to deep left field. Happ is feeling for the wall. He's looking up. It's going to go. Waveland Avenue for Manny Machado. A two-run homer in the fifth inning. And the Padres do add on. It's 3-0. This will be the seventh pitch of the at-bat. 3-2 to Tucker. Swung on. Popped into shallow center. Merrill coming on. He's there to make the catch. And Morejon has gone 7 up, 7 down to get the Padres through 6. Base is empty, 2 outs, 3-2. Here's the pitch to Crow Armstrong, taken on the inside corner, top of the zone. Strike 3 called, and for the second consecutive day, Mason Miller strikes out the side in the 7th, getting Suzuki, Kelly, and Crow Armstrong both days. Not running. The pitch. Hard hit on the ground is short. Bogarts has it. Flip to second one. Cronenworth's turn is in time! And a double play to end the game.
And there will be tomorrow.
That is music to my ears. Old Don Drysdale following the classic Garv home run back in the day. And yes, there will be tomorrow. Don Drysdale, the Padres take it over the Cubs, 3-0 today. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris. Chris Ello, and, of course, Tony Gwynn Jr., who was sitting next to Jesse Agler when he made that great call at the end of today's game. Tony's there in Chicago. And, Tony, everybody feels a lot better today, obviously.
Oh, I'm sure.
And, a big relief. If Manny would ever let me get close enough, I would have given him a hug after that home run because 1-0 just was not working for me. I don't know. I don't know what everybody else was thinking out there, but when your season is on the line and all you have is a 1-run lead, and you just know that any pitch, could be the one that turns the tables. Big sigh of relief for that big home run, the big fly by Manny, and terrific job all the way around. And now we're down to 1 game for it all, and it's pretty good.
Yes, it is indeed. I think as it turns out, that was all just all of us being in our feelings, because the Padres said, we don't care how you feel about 1-0. We're going to throw up zeros anyway, because that's exactly what they did. They get a shutout.
Yeah.
1-0 would have worked perfectly fine in today's ball game. But, I mean, just some big-time performances, man. No one, based on how Dylan had pitched, saw this coming except for Mike Schilt and Ruben Niebla. They get 3 2/3 from him. And he really threw the ball as well as I can remember him throwing it all year long. It just so happens Padres are in the postseason and they just didn't have the rope to give him to continue to go. But
yeah, he
certainly looked fantastic. And look, Manny Machado again. He always finds a way to impact it somehow. Today it's with the bat, and that set up Mike Schilt being able to attack it the way he did. Him and Ruben Niebla going with Morejon for a career high in outs in a ball game. He gives up nothing, zilch.
Yeah.
I mean, and finally it seemed like a bounce went the Padres' way. I mean, literally off his foot, right to Arise for an out, and then Mason Miller. I mean, he too had been asked to do this all year.
It is ridiculous.
I mean, he punched out everybody he saw, with the exception of one, touching 104.5, which is, you round it up as 105. And then the cool-headed Robert Suarez to put the finishing touches on it.
Can you? Is my correct? Mason Miller faced the first 8 batters he faced in this series yesterday and today. Struck them all out.
Punched them. All
8 of them. And then you had the hit by pitch, got Bush on. But Miller's crazy. It's going to be a big deal to see how these guys recover. I think one of the, I don't want to look too far yet to tomorrow because I want to enjoy today as much as I can. But the one thing I'm looking at tomorrow is there is a staff of 5, 6, 7 people that I don't know who they are. None of the listeners know who they are, You might have met a couple of them here and there, Tony, but I'm talking about trainers. I'm talking about massage people. I'm talking about muscle people. I'm talking about whatever it's going to take to see if we can get Mortahone and Miller to come back for a third day tomorrow and pitch. And maybe they just can without that help, but it's going to take a village, I think, to get those guys if you hopefully can use them tomorrow. And I guarantee you, whatever the ice is, whatever the remedies are, whatever you've got to do, I think you try to do it because those two guys are so valuable tomorrow if you can use them.
Yeah, I don't know that that's in the cards. I mean, that's back-to-backs for Mortahone and Miller. They extended them pretty far. I don't know that there's an ice in a world that's going to change the fact that those guys have been pushed to their limits. Now, Mortahone, especially, I mean, he threw 33 pitches today, and that's on top of the 9 he threw yesterday. He really went over 3 innings of work, basically. I mean, he finished off an inning, and then had 2 complete of his own. And so I'm not saying it can't happen, but listen, there's a reason why you got you put everybody that you put on this roster at some point. Because listen, I don't know how long Darvish is going to go tomorrow.
That's what I mean.
If the rope was as short as it was for Dylan, who I thought threw the ball as well as he had, I would imagine it's going to be the same for Darvish, and that's perfectly fine. But you're certainly going to have to rely on a guy like Vasquez at some point, I'm assuming. Probably him before you go to anybody else if it's a shorter outing. So
Michael King tomorrow?
Maybe. I think you try to stay away from him if you can. You're going to want him to start that following game. And you got guys that have been pitching in these spots all year long. You can't now turn your back and say, nah, we're not going to use you still try to find the right matchups, but Mason went as long as he had all season today. So did Adrian Mortahone. I just have a hard time seeing it. I know those guys, if they feel good enough, will make themselves available, but just prepare yourself that they may not. And you're going to have to depend on the rest of this ball club in the same way this ball club had to kind of pick one another up today from a pitching standpoint. That's going to be relied upon tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I think, again, for tomorrow, if on paper the Cubs do have an edge going into the game tomorrow, it's the fact that their, standard relievers, end-of-game guys, Palencia and Pomeranz and Keller did not pitch today, whereas all of the Padres high-leverage guys did. That said, the Padres have on their team one of the greatest players we've ever seen in a Padre uniform. We don't want to say it often enough because we're busy complaining about him way too much.
Facts.
But Manny Machado was interviewed in the dugout by TV, Tony, a little bit after the home run. And one of the things he said is, I don't sit on pitches, because the question to him was, were you waiting for that first pitch splitter?
Split. Yeah.
Manny said, I don't swing at pitches. I don't sit on pitches. But he also said, it's what he threw me the last time up. It's what he threw me this season when I faced him in a key spot. And he's just so smart. And he couldn't have been swinging a whole lot worse going into that. He had a big strikeout early in the game, etc. But when the moment matters, that's the guy you want up. And
every time,
I don't know that he didn't set Imanaga up, but he certainly outsmarted him, I think. And
listen, that's good hitters don't sit on pitches very often. Good hitters react to what they see.
Yeah.
It's in his database. He knows his dudes when we get into these spots, man. That split is out. That split is coming out. Now the question is, can I get him to get it up? Because when he throws it down, it's his pitch. It's a good pitch.
Right.
But he let that split. He let the splitter up. And listen, the Padres had pitches to hit today that were center cut, and they fouled them off. Manny didn't foul his off. He got his pitch
Huh.
and first pitch, and he damn near hit it out of the stadium. It
Yes,
was
he
the
did.
very last row in left field, kind of wind crossing it basically. But yeah, man, you don't want anybody better up in those spots, man. You just
Not
don't.
only that, it probably don't remember the play he tried to make in front of third base, but that was a hell of an effort. And he's just that. Second, Fernando had his game. Leadoff single, had to start us with a good frame of mind. Nobody stole third base more than he did this year in all of baseball. I'm surprised that the Cubs maybe didn't pay a little closer attention. Maybe they thought with a left-handed batter he wouldn't try it.
Let me tell you what happened.
Tell me what happened.
There, because he stole, I think it was on the fifth pitch.
Yeah, it was late in the at-bat, yeah.
The first two times he was getting antsy. And I think he sensed that he may be tipping them off. Because for the next two pitches after that, he was silent. Like, he didn't move. Like, he took his secondary, but he stopped, like, bouncing around. He just kind of sat there. And I think those two pitches where he did that, after kind of being all over the place,
got them off the scent.
Kind of got them off the scent.
Yeah.
And the very next pitch, he did his shuffle, and kudos to Arise for being ready on the backside, because that's certainly the next spot the catcher is looking. But he got such a good jump. I think Carson ended up rushing it, didn't even get the grip on it. They steal it. And that was one of the ways they picked each other up, right? Because Manny didn't move them on that next at bat after they go single.
Right.
And so it's first and second, one out, and so him and Luis taking second and third,
huge,
just huge. It made the job so much easier for Jackson, who hit a ball that on a normal day probably is a homer, but that wind was blowing straight in from right field, kind of knocked it down, and they get their first run. And from there, they handed it off to Dylan Cease for a few innings, who was as good as he was all season.
Probably as good of a performance as you're ever going to see for 3 2/3 innings of a game.
Yeah.
It really was, and I couldn't be happier.
If it was the regular season, he's still pitching.
Oh yeah, no, he goes 9 maybe. Yeah.
What we do know, and Great Counsel hit on this yesterday, is that the difference is that the leash is not long. Like everything is, you don't let anything go as long as you do in the regular season.
Well, he threw some beautiful sliders, I'll tell you that, and they couldn't touch him. So, kudos to Cease, the bullpen, and Manny and Fernando. I don't want to forget about Fernando's catch in the 8th inning.
How about Bogey's double play ball?
Well, I was going to save that for last because that finished the game, but. Yeah, both the 8th and 9th innings ended with really sterling defense.
Yeah.
I don't know how hard that catch was for Fernando to make, but I know that there aren't many guys who would have caught that.
Let me tell you, Chris, that ball, I'm almost positive he didn't see it for a second. When he put his hand up in the sun, that sun is either peering through the bottom of, through the stands, or it's just before it's setting at the top of the roof. And his athleticism, he's long. I mean, that certainly helps on that particular play, but he got a great jump, and he just tired of being tired. He's been that way all season long, playing that position.
Yeah, because look, that ball falls in, they probably get a run, and they get the tying run to the plate. So
yeah, the pressure starts to mount at that point.
Yeah, great play. And then the last double play, first of all, the ground ball almost knocked Bogarts over, so he has to really hang tough to field that. And then allow me to say, for probably too many times, I don't think the analytics discuss how quick Jake Cronenworth turns a double play, because those were some fast hands. Fast hands, baby.
He got rid of that bad boy quick. I mean, can we show Bogey some love, man? He is gritting it out right down with this broken foot. You can tell he's not 100% right, but my man is laying out infield hits. He's probably the one who swung the bat and barreled up the most baseballs in this series so far, and he's been fantastic on defense, including that last play. That is a nasty in-between hop that you got to feel cleanly in order to even have a shot to get the double, and he made a terrific play there at the end.
Well, yeah, it was good for all three players. I mean, Cronenworth's turn, a rise stretch for everything he's worth to finish that game off. 3-0. Padres put this one in the books, and even the series at 1-1. Cleveland earlier today did the same thing. They beat Detroit 6-1. So those two teams will play tomorrow morning. We still don't have a time for the Padre game tomorrow. And I know everybody wants to know because
hold on. Let me take out the Enigma code that I need.
Well, that's what
decode.
I mean. You're going to need an abacus to figure this all out. But I think we're either at 12:08, 2:08, 3:08, or 4:38.
Nice job, Chris. That's true.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and it all depends on what happens with the Red Sox and the Yankees, who are tied at 3 right now in the 6th inning, and then it matters what happens later with the Dodgers and the Reds. So we're not going to really know till the end of the Dodger game tonight exactly what time the Padres will play.
Yeah, I think Trevor Story just tied it with a 2-run with a dinger.
Well, he had a 2-run single earlier to tie it.
He did tie it,
and then Story homers. So he's got all 3 RBIs. The former Rocky has made it 3-3. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Judge had put the Yankees ahead. The soft line drive to left field that Jaron Duran raced in and dropped. They gave him a hit because it's baseball.
Of course they did.
But
of course
it was a play that anybody should have made, and I'm sure Jaron Duran thought he should have made it, but they gave Judge an RBI. Earlier in the game, Rice hit a 2-run homer for the Yankees. So they're 3-3 in the 6th. Of course, the Yankees are the ones facing elimination in that one. All right, Mike Schilt, here's the thing. You and I talk about this a lot, and then I want to get into Craig Counsell's decision because thank goodness, Tony, you and I, for the moment, are not in Chicago and having to try to defend that to the fans because I'm sure they are losing it in Chicago today. But we'll get to him in a minute. Mike Schilt did absolutely perfect today, and he had the right feel. I thought it took some guts to put the go-ahead run on base, even in the 4th inning. But he set up Motorhome to get the lefty. That worked. And as you and I have said so many times, the manager always looks like he knows what he's doing when the relievers all come in and do their job. And so Mike Schilt looked great today, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, no, he did. They executed the game plan, and the guys came in and did their job. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. And the right timing, it seemed like on everybody. He stretched when he needed to. He cut bait when he needed to. It was again, when, as you said, when players perform,
right,
everybody looks brilliant.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was no different than how everybody was talking about Craig Counsell after game 1. Right.
Yeah, right. He was smart yesterday, but boy, what a dummy he was today.
That's how it goes.
Here, I'll tell you what Chicago fans are really
I can't imagine what they're saying.
Let me find
something?
I have a tweet that I saved for this reason.
Can you say it on air?
Yeah. It's not like that, but I don't know who this is, but they're a Cubs fan. We're going to start an opener because we're terrified of Shota versus Tatis and Machado. Didn't work, man. Man on second, 2 out, left on deck, and you let the matchup you were terrified of play out in a huge spot. I am baffled. So there's Chicago fans.
Well, that's
actually kind of a
well thought out tweet. I'm sure many of them are much meaner than that. But I was happy that he went ahead and faced Manny there. He could have walked him. He could have faced Merrill lefty on lefty. He chose to face Manny. They asked Manny about it in the interview, which he, graciously did in the dugout after his home run, Tony. And he said, I don't know. I think I would have pitched to me there too, the way I've been swinging it. So, Manny kind of made a joke about himself there. But
he's not lying though.
Yeah.
That ultimately is, I'm almost positive that factored into why they pitched to him there. I take you back. And this is just goes to show you, like, it's time, it's place. Yes. Yeah, we're just gonna go way back to last year.
Okay.
There was a game in which they intentionally walked Luis Ariz to face Fernando Tatis Jr.
And this
right?
was the Cubs who did that?
No, I don't remember what
okay.
the team was. The team is irrelevant.
Okay.
The point is, Luis Ariz was Luis Ariz last year, right? This was a dude that teams didn't want to deal with. They'd rather deal with Toddy, right? And Toddy ended up burning them even that night. But this year, it was completely flipped, right? They're not gonna face Toddy. They're gonna face Ariz, and it's the same thing that they're looking at there as you're facing Machado. Like, he has not looked, great so far in the series. I would say Jackson Merrill has looked a lot better. It's swung the bat a lot better. And they made that decision there. I mean, it burned him. And so he looks like the doofus today. Yesterday, as we said,
the doofus. That would be a very kind thing that Cub phone callers are saying right about now. Craig Counsell was a doofus out there.
Yeah, he was the man. He was the man yesterday, though. So, that's how it goes.
Yeah, the opener, I guess it worked. I mean, he gave up a run, so that was a big deal. I hate the opener anyway. I wish the Padres would have scored 7 runs in the first inning, but looks like tomorrow.
I think.
Go ahead.
I don't think it worked. When you think about yesterday's game,
right?
Kittredge was one of their high leverage arms.
Yeah,
he pitched
that's right.
The 8th inning of that ball game, and so they started him today, and the Padres got one off, and that's a confidence booster. That's one guy that they thought highly enough of that they used him in the 8th inning of game 1, and then they ran him back out and you got to him. And so that's one guy that you can take in, at least mentally, feel like, oh, we already got to you once, we can get to you again.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what the Cubs do tomorrow with their bullpen. I do think that they, at least on paper, have a few more, fresh selections. When you consider both Keller and Pomerantz and also Palencia didn't pitch today. But the starters have been announced. It will be Darvish, as we knew, and it will be Jameson Taillon, an actual starting pitcher, pitching for the Cubs. And he is a right-hander.
I don't know what that was, Tony.
Well, I think he's pretty good, right? He's not exactly a pushover.
No, I didn't know which way they were going to go. So
they're going with him.
I hadn't heard that yet.
Okay, I hadn't heard. Yeah, they're going with him. And, look, the one thing it does do for Mike Schilt and the Padres is it, takes out of play at least the first time through the order the 6, 7, 8 conundrum, because the lefties will get to face a right-hander early in the game tomorrow. All right, I think the Padres are really nice. They're taking all of the staffers out to dinner tonight in Chicago.
What?
That's you. You're going, from what I heard. So that's what you told us anyway. I think they should take all the out-of-town radio people to dinner too, but we're not privy to it. Tony, have a good
Chris
evening.
Is jealous is what he said.
Yeah, I'm very jealous. Good luck tomorrow, my man. We got to talk to you somehow on your way to Milwaukee after the win. We'll catch up with you one way or another, T. But good luck to everybody out there tomorrow at Wrigley.
Thank you. See you guys.
Yes, sir. Tony Gwynn, Jr., Gwynn and Chris, Skraby over there, Chris here. We got 2 hours still to go, bonus hour. So 7 o'clock tonight, man. We're living it up after a 3-0 win.
Manny, this was a game you had to win to see tomorrow. What was this team's mindset entering today?
27 outs. 27 outs. Worry about that and go out there and pull for each other, keep passing the baton like we did, and keep playing our baseball we've been doing all year.
You said 27 outs. Before we get to what you did, how about what the pitching did? Adrian Moore, Hone, Mason Miller, Robert Suarez. Your thoughts on how they contributed today?
I mean, they carried us, man. They've been doing it all year, and you see it here. It continues to do it. I mean, it was a hell of a job. Seized through the ball really well today. Picked it off back to Motor Home threw 3 for us. Mason came in there and threw 2. And then obviously Bob at the end there. It was just unbelievable job. They've been doing it all year.
Your home run against Imanaga, a first pitch splitter. You were ready for it. What worked in that at bat?
That I went over the fence. Just glad I was able to contribute today.
A big game tomorrow, decisive game 3. What will you think about as you head into tomorrow?
Same thing. Get ready for tomorrow and go out there and try to play 27 outs.
Manny, congratulations on a big win. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Who's Bob? No, I know who it is, but
we've
never called him Bob before. Robert Suarez is Bob.
I feel more comfortable with Bob coming in over Robert.
Yeah, Bob did a great job. So did Manuel there, Manuel Machado.
Yes.
Sammy Levitt on the post-game interview at Wrigley Field. Manny, if you're just tuned in, 2-run homer, gave the Padres a little breathing room after they had scratched across a run in the top of the first inning on a sac fly by Jackson Merrill. Fernando helped set that up with a stolen base of third, and putting him in position to come in on that sac fly. And that was it. Offensively, Padres, just like yesterday, this would be a whole different tune, Skraby, had they lost, but it would have been a familiar tune.
Yeah.
It would have been, how many chances did they blow? We were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They were, whatever. The Padres were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. The only one was the Manny home run.
It's all that matters.
Well, today it was all that mattered, but inning after inning, first and second, 1 out. Runner at second, leadoff runner. Fermin doubles. He never came in. It was one of those 1 for 11, but
that's
Manny's
what
one was enough
year,
today.
So I guess we just got to get used to it, even though it's the most frustrating, annoying thing ever.
I saw a stat today that really, I feel like they're going to have to overcome this. But of the 12 teams in the playoffs, the Padres had the 3rd worst batting average with runners in scoring position. And also out of the 12, they hit the fewest home runs. So how do you score? Like, you can't score.
Manufacture.
Right. You can't score if you don't have a home run or hit with the runners in scoring position. Somehow the Padres have to keep finding a way. And because Darvish is going to pitch tomorrow. If Darvish gives me 7 shutout innings, great. I'll be the happiest guy in the world. So will everybody else out there. But I don't think you can expect that. Hopefully we can get 6, give up a couple. The Cubs should get a couple. Darvish is good for at least 1 homer. Hopefully nobody will be on base. But the Padres are going to have to score tomorrow. I'm just convinced. They're going to have to get 5 or 6 to win tomorrow. I feel that way. Maybe not, but I feel like tomorrow they're going to have to get some, crooked number or 2 if they're going to win this series. Now, here's another thing you're going to hear between now and tomorrow. No team has ever come from behind in the wild card round after losing the first game to win the last 2.
It's my least favorite stat of all time.
Here's one you like, though. 8 times this season, the Padres lost the first game of a 3-game series and won the next 2. They did it 8 times. 5 of those times were after the All-Star break, and 3 of those 5 were on the road. So they've been doing this, and they've done it quite often. Just during the regular season, you lose 1, you win 2. So then, he's got to do it again.
I hate, and when I say it's my least favorite stat ever, it's not anything to do with the actual stat. It's that
it's
only happened since 2022. If this was 100-year-old stat, then it would be something that I would pay attention to.
And no one in 309 chances has ever done it.
Yeah, that's a better sample.
Then
everybody yells at me about sample size.
Yeah,
this is not a big enough sample size.
Well, look, prior to today, only 2 teams had ever forced a game 3. Well, guess what? Both teams today forced a game 3.
Yeah.
So you can take that stat and park it somewhere.
Yeah, park it. I was going to say something else.
Not going to do you any good.
I was going to say something else.
So anyway, we'll keep you up to date with what's happening tonight. The Red Sox would love to eliminate the Yankees. Boston has come from behind twice in this game. Trevor Story, both times. A 2-run single tied the game, and solo homer tied the game. And now Boston's batting in the top of the 7th, tied at 3 at Yankee Stadium. If the Red Sox win, they go to Toronto for the second round.
It's an all AL East affair.
It's an all AL East side of the bracket, right? You got the Red Sox and the Yankees, and the winner plays Toronto. So that's all an AL East bracket there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other American League is still going because Cleveland got 5 runs in the 8th inning. It was a 1-1 game until then. Brian Rocchio, my God, where'd he come from? 4 hits and a solo homer, and then Bo Naylor, Josh's little bro, hit a 3-run homer, both in the 8th inning. Cleveland pulled away to beat Detroit 6-1. They'll play their game 3 tomorrow.
How about this, Chris? I got to get the guy's name right because I want to make sure I do. He made his major league debut in center field today for the Guardians.
Like the first game he's ever played in his life?
He made his major league debut today.
Yeah, I've not heard of him.
He apparently was just crushing AAA in minor league all year.
Chase DeLauter.
Yeah, so they put him in center field. Do you have the stats in front of you?
He was 0 for 2 with a walk.
All right,
but he got in there.
He did. I mean, can you imagine? I know Ryan Weathers did it, but that was completely different because it was a COVID season and there were no fans.
This is so weird that these teams get into the – well, look, Luis Campusano's on the Padre roster. We haven't seen him yet.
I haven't seen Maldonado either.
No, but Luis can still be the hero of the series.
He could be. He can't walk it off like I thought once.
No, he will not be able to walk it off, but he could put you ahead with a big hit somewhere tomorrow. So – yeah, the playoffs. They always say the old saying. The playoffs make strange bedfellows. I think they say, which means strange people are connected to other things and people.
All right. I just thought that was kind of crazy that he made his major league debut in the playoffs in Game 2 in an elimination game.
Yeah. Don't sweat it. Season's on the line.
Season's on the line, but hey.
You mind coming in and playing a little center field for us today?
Not to mention how often has he played or taken fly ball? He's never played in center field during a game in Cleveland, but how has he taken fly ball?
He also, according to this story, was one of their top prospects had wrist surgery, I guess, 2 months ago. According to this.
There's someone on the chat, Nima, Matt at Park 101, which we'll talk about in just a second, but he said he dropped this rookie a routine fly ball in the first inning, bounced right off his glove.
Oh, today?
So there was a little bit of nerves, I bet.
Wow. And the ball always finds you.
Yes, always. It's uncanny.
Right. If you have never played left field, the first ball hit will come to you in left field.
Maybe the second ball, too.
It's guaranteed. All right, just real quick, 3-3, top of the 7th, Boston up, 2 outs, bases loaded, and who's up but Trevor Story, who already has a 2-run single and a solo home run. He has a chance to put the Red Sox ahead of the Yankees. He's facing Cruz, the right-handed reliever for New York. And we'll try to get you a result of that at bat here in a moment.
Yeah, let's talk about Park 101 real quick.
Yeah, we really owe it to Robert and Doug, Rob and Doug, who had us all up there. They run the place.
Bob?
Yeah, and or Robert Suarez or Bob, yeah. That they did a great job and run a great place.
Seriously.
Skrabe.
Never been there before.
Give me a rundown because you really walked all over.
Oh, I walked everywhere. It was a massive place. There was an upstairs with a bunch of tables and a bunch of TVs. There was a bar upstairs as well. There was a bar obviously downstairs. There was a huge huge seating area in front of their big screen.
Yeah.
Which you couldn't find a seat if you got there late because everyone filled.
People showed up, man. You guys all showed out. We really appreciate it. There, you couldn't. Yeah, there was no room to move. But you bring this up. That was a good point you just made. A lot of times, a place will have a big screen, and wow, Story hit.
I thought he hit a home run.
He hit 406 feet, but you needed 408.
Oh man, this guy is losing.
The pitcher's losing his mind.
Like,
he
dude.
just gave up a 406-foot fly ball.
Yeah, calm down, bro.
Yeah, easy does it.
My
Grisham caught it.
goodness.
So
Wait, he's still screaming.
Yeah, that's maybe
embarrassing.
It's a little much. 3-3. Yankees now coming up in the bottom of the 7th in that one. But back to Park 101. You're right. Great place. And how often have you been to one of these places where everybody's outside, there's a TV, but you can't really see it because there's no angles
a glare or something.
This was perfect.
Yeah,
for a lot of people, like a bunch of people could watch the game sitting outside. And so we had a great time. I want to thank you all for coming out and all the people who came up and said hello and took photos, and we appreciate all that. It's also was a pretty good drive for some people. Not everybody lives in North County. So thank you for everyone who came up.
Seriously.
Went a little out of your way to watch the game with us today. That was great. I know that a lot of the people that won prizes were really happy. Like they were really big Padre fans who won like the Jake Ball and the jerseys and all the stuff we were giving away. So the fans, I think you guys, had a good time. It looked like everybody's having a good time. But also, how about our promotion staff was up there doing a good job. Adam Klug was holding court. Michael Valenzuela, our market manager, he was up there before I was. I mean, he couldn't wait for the game.
I felt a little inadequate. When
as you showed up. Well, you're like the last one to show up. He comes slinking in.
One to it.
He comes slinking in. Michael Valenzuela. Oh, nice of you to get here, Skraby.
It was, yeah.
No, but
I saw people. Like when I was driving in, I saw people walking from blocks away.
Yes, the
parking was tough.
It's not Park 101's fault, but yeah, the parking was not great.
But hey, everybody made it there. I want to shout out Alisa, who is she was there. She said she is stuck in traffic, I believe. So
coming home,
she said it was worth it.
Yeah, it was. Alisa, thank you for heading up. Just relax, listen to the show. We'll get you home here this evening. But honestly, I don't know how these things work, Skraby, but I think we should call them and all come up there again tomorrow. And I know we're not because it's all.
Yeah, don't say that because people.
I know people will show up. I know, but it was so fun. It was such a good setting. I actually got to hang for quite a while, which I've not done before.
I was shocked at how late because Chris is not much of a stay long guy.
No, I had to get back because of our show, and I didn't want to sit in traffic like Elisa is right now.
Really terrible.
No, but what I was going to say is I sat next to for 4 innings, probably as much time as I've ever spent with him in my life. Was Woodsy.
Oh yeah,
and we had a great time.
Yeah,
Woodsy's awesome. I mean, he was just sweating the game out.
He really was.
He was cursing. He was yelling at Dylan Cease, and so Woodsy's so fun to watch the game with. I don't really get a chance to spend a lot of time with Woods. They do their morning thing. We do our afternoon thing. Our paths don't cross all that often.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
I loved his shirt was amazing. I can't.
You want to tell us what it said?
It said,
no, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You're going to do it? I don't think you should. I think you should maybe write it down and hold up the piece of paper and let people look at it and make their own judgment if they want to look at it on YouTube. There was no bad language, but it was certainly referring to bad language.
I'm sure he's got a picture. Go to @TheStephenWoods on X. Go to his Instagram. I'm sure there's a picture up. I'm sure he's worn it on the show before, but it was a great shirt. And Chris is saving my job right now. So
I know what it had to do with. It had to do with Jackson Merrill did yesterday and what Luis Arise did today.
Which I think Jackson said after the game, because I thought about this a lot last night. Jackson said after the game, hey, people are going to disagree with what I did, but I did it because I wanted to move the runners over. I'm fine. If you have if you're convinced in your decision, then I'm good with it. But yesterday I was not, and I think that was maybe misplaced because they lost.
Arise bunted today. I'm 99% sure he was trying to pull that ball and bunt for a hit. It rolled back to the pitcher. It looked like a sacrifice, but I don't have a problem with somebody trying to bunt for a hit. So that was different. But anyway, Woodsy's T-shirt had to do with that. Gwynn and Chris, we take a little break. Some NFL news, and we'll keep you up to date with the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Reds play at the top of the hour. The Padres will play again after beating the Cubs 3-0 today. Stick around for some traffic.
From the 8 line.
.524 the time. Chris, Skraby, Tony, Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 the fan. Padres 3, Cubs nothing. Game 2 in the books. And so we will have Game 3. Tomorrow, we do not know the time. And we don't even really have it narrowed down.
Well, when this game is over,
when this game between the Red Sox and Yankees is over, we will have a better idea. But honestly, we will not know the exact time of the Padre game until the Dodgers and Reds are done playing tonight.
Okay, so when the Reds win.
Okay, well, I hope you're right. But, I mean, if the Reds win, then it'll be a certain time. But if the Dodgers win, it'll be a certain other time.
Yeah.
But as it stands now, 12:08, 2:08, 3:08, or 4:38.
Yep.
Those are your 4 choices for tomorrow's start time. And those are Pacific time zone times.
Yes, they are.
We already know that Cleveland and Detroit will play a Game 3 tomorrow, and we know the Padres will play one. What we don't know is whether the Red Sox will eliminate the Yankees and whether or not the Dodgers will. By the way, the Dodgers were so annoying to just sit back and watch them. As you said earlier to me, they basically homered on every pitch they saw.
Every time I looked up at the screen last night, it was one of them.
And they're just doing this little wavy dance thing.
Oh, it's so annoying, especially after the Padres lose and you just see this beat down and Blake Snell being great.
Oh, Blake Snell was dealing. Yeah, they couldn't have hit him with a rake last night. Anyway, it was 8-2, 10-2.
Yeah.
But then the Dodger bullpen came in and it got interesting. So I don't know what they're going to do about their bullpen, but because it got to 10-5 bases loaded. And I thought, wait, one more hit here and it could get really interesting. But Dodgers win Game 1. Yankees and Red Sox, real quick, because just so you know, in other series, they have decisions that the managers have to make.
Oh, Aaron Boone is being crushed for his Max Fried last night.
Crushed for taking Max Fried out. Although he had thrown 102 pitches.
I think Max Fried said after the game he wanted to go.
There's no way he should have taken him out. He'd already decided that was the problem. And, they weren't touching him. Yankees bullpen did not hold on. But tonight, earlier in the game, Yankees had runner at second with 2 out, Aaron Judge up at the plate. First base open. And I'm thinking, you got to walk Aaron Judge. He's the best hitter in baseball.
Yep.
Can't pitch to him, but they did. And he did soft line drive that we mentioned earlier. Duran, the left fielder for the Red Sox, I thought should have caught it, kind of diving forward, but he didn't. He dropped it. They gave Judge a hit. Yankees got the lead. Red Sox tie it up. Same scenario, though, last inning. Judge is up again. Runner at second, first base open. I'm like, what are they doing? Now, they struck him out this time. But to me, that's really playing with fire. I don't know that Mike Schilt would do that or Craig Counsell or a lot of guys. I know Bellinger's on deck. He's good.
Yeah.
But he's not Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is like superhuman almost as a hitter.
He is, and the playoffs really just make me so antsy to begin
They're
with.
so antsy, right?
Like I was talking to some people upstairs at Park 101, and it seemed like every fly ball was a home run. All of us were like freaking out about it.
Yeah.
The entire game.
Well, I said it yesterday during the notes on the scorecard, but I believe it. In playoff baseball, especially when it's a close game, ball 3 is the beginning of a rally. And you can see it.
Yeah.
The count goes to 3-1. Everyone in the crowd stands up.
It's just
and goes crazy.
It's crazy how much.
I love a playoff baseball.
It's crazy how much pitch by pitch it matters.
It really does.
And all season we do not watch that way.
Yeah, you don't worry about it so much. But in the playoffs, if there's a 2-1 pitch and it's close and the ump goes, ball 3, right. You're just, especially when you're leading 1-0. And like the Padres were today until Manny hit the home run. Oh, Manny, God love you.
Yes.
For that. I mean, because were you going to make it to the 9 innings with a 1-0 lead? I wasn't. I was about to keel over. I was too. I needed a little breathing room, thankfully.
So someone on the chat is saying, so who was doubting Dylan Cease? And that's fine. I think I should talk about that real quick because I was doubting Dylan Cease.
Who wasn't doubting Dylan Cease?
There were some people out there that were telling me to keep the faith, and I appreciate those people, but
okay,
you can't tell me there was some nerves going into this game, and you can't tell me that you weren't thinking, why is he still in this game when Michael Busch came up for the second time?
There was many of us at Park 101 who were questioning it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Dylan Cease was 8-12 this year with a 4.55 ERA. His whip of 1.327 was one of the worst in the National League. I'm just saying. He also won only 1 game on the road all year. And this was a road game last I checked. So
unless you're talking to me, and then I think it's a home game.
Right, yes. You think they could get a walk-off.
Yeah.
But the point being, yes, it was a serious roll of the dice with Dylan Cease, not based on Dylan Cease last year, but based on Dylan Cease this year. His away statistics, 1-9 with a 5.58 ERA. And a whip of 1.376, which, as I said, is one of the worst you could have in National League. And he came through.
He did.
I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, that was incredible.
But to say to Skraby, well, how could anybody be worried? That's how anybody could be worried.
And I don't mind because I know there were people that reached out yesterday and said, hey, man, you need to be a little bit. Dylan Cease is a great pitcher. He's got a great fastball. He's got a great slider. He's got it all.
Well, who doesn't?
And my response was, have you seen him pitch this year? He can pitch great sometimes, and he can pitch terribly sometimes.
I don't think you can argue the fact that Dylan Cease was a roll of the dice. And I don't think they would have even rolled the dice with him had Michael King made it back 100%. And that's why when you talk about tomorrow, people are saying, well, we got Michael King. I don't know that you do. I don't know. I haven't been told.
No, we haven't. But
he's on the roster, but
what are you going to get from him? Like,
I
that's
don't know
the
that
question.
I don't know that he's going to pitch in this series. I think you're going to have to hope that he's better next series, and maybe can start Saturday game 1 in Milwaukee. But I just don't think they think Michael King is right yet, and I am worried about what Tony said. He doubts that either Moynihan or Miller will be available tomorrow.
I know,
and honestly, that's like going into a rock fight with both hands tied behind your back. That's not going to be easy. Those two guys are way too crucial. They combined for 4 innings of shutout baseball today.
Yeah.
Can they come back? To me, I at least have to ask Mason Miller, how do you feel? And if he says, I'm good, then I'm going to check with the doctor and the strength people and the massage therapist and everybody and say, hey, is he good? And if they all give a thumbs up, man, there's a long time to rest in the off season. I'm pitching him tomorrow if I have to.
I mean, I think it's all how the game goes.
I know, but you know how it's going to go, right?
It's going to be 1-0 until the 5th inning.
It's going to be even or 3-2 or something.
I did hear Mike Schultz say in the press conference after, because someone asked him, are these guys available? And he said, listen, it's an elimination game. They're never off the table, but we also have to keep them healthy for the long run.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm still checking in on it.
Yes.
And if they can't go, they can't. But I'm going to...
You would like a 104.5 mile an hour pitch
followed by a 101 mile one that goes like this?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, Seiya Suzuki had no shot at that 103 up and
None of them did.
It was great.
I can't blame any of them.
It was incredible.
They asked Carson Kelly, by the way, who faced Miller yesterday with the Shadows.
Oh,
I don't know if you heard him. Carson Kelly said flat out, first time in my career, I could not see the ball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Couldn't see it.
That's crazy.
And that's got to be an unsettling feeling.
Yeah. I would not. You cannot pay me enough to get in the box with a Shadow and Mason Miller on the mound. Are you kidding me?
Mason's a nice guy. He wouldn't stick one in your ear.
No.
But if it got away, you'd be in big trouble.
I would be dead.
We'd be dead.
I would be dead.
All right, we'll take a break. Sammy's going to join us. Sammy Levitt in Chicago. We're also, before we get done at 7 o'clock, and hear from Manny. We're going to hear from Cease. What else are we going to hear from?
We also have a Big Five.
Okay.
For the end of the show.
Good.
Just to
get to catch you up on everything else that's happening. So stick around. More Gwynn and Chris. Bonus till 7 after the Padres won today.
Ben and Woods.
AJ, this season started off amazingly well, and it kind of had to tread water there in the middle part of the season. You go out, you make the moves to improve this ball club. Is this part of what you envisioned when you went out and made those moves?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we played great ball to start the season. Hopefully we start the year and end the year playing our best ball of the year. And, yeah, I think the deadline, we needed to round the club out. So we thought we had a team that could get to this point. Probably, knew we needed some reinforcements. Our baseball ops team did a great job. I think seeing Freddie get the big hit tonight was fun to watch. I think it was all part of the puzzle, honestly, just rounding out the team.
I mean, throughout the course of the season, different things have popped up in terms of what you guys needed to add or what you needed to improve. Talk about this coaching staff, because they seem to pull a lot of things out of guys that hadn't reached the potential that we've seen them reach this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Gavin Sheets that comes here with the opportunity, talking to Schulte, Victor, Mike McCoy's done an unbelievable job with Gavin. You see guys like, at the end of the day, you look at the bullpen piece, it's David Morgan coming up through the organization, coming right into the mix in the big leagues. Schulte every day, every day is to talk about what baseball excellence looks like. It's a teaching class. The group is it's a thankless job. They're here at noon every day. They're the last guys to leave. It's a huge part of our success as our coaching staff. And when you can give them talented players and then see those guys achieve and overachieve, that's a testament to the work the staff does every day.
Probably one of the moves that doesn't get talked about enough is you bring Nick Pivetta in kind of last minute. You had to get creative. Just talk about that signing and how big it was for this ball club.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting he's on the mound today in a clinching game because he's been that guy all year long. I think he was a guy throughout the offseason kind of monitoring his market. And, with Joe's injury, Musgrove being out, we knew we were a little short on starting pitching side. And, we got to February and, a guy like Pavetta's still out there, who our R&D teams talked about for the last few years, is a guy that we thought we could take to a different level, and he's become here and been unbelievable, been the ace of the staff. It's great to see him out there.
Can we talk about Manny Machado? I mean, you got to see him reach some career highs this year. This was your first real big signing you brought here, and now for the first time in 19 years, this team is going to back-to-back playoff appearances. This has got to be kind of all coming together. Obviously, there's a big prize at the end that you want to get to, but this has got to feel right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can really go around the room and talk about, thought process and where we're at with trades, free agent signings, but obviously bringing Manny here to San Diego, you're bringing a superstar in the prime of his career in a city where kind of people were used to those superstars going out the other way. You've seen it your whole life. To do it where Manny came in, he was kind of that first piece, that foundational piece. We talked about in Havana Harry's and Coral Gables when we were kind of doing our recruiting pitch, myself and Yaine and Manny, this being the norm. And at that time it was a little bit more of a dream and a vision, but Manny bought in, he wanted to be a part of it. Everybody knows he's the guy here, and he's the one that kind of started this whole thing, and to see him year in, year out.
Sounds like Manny has intercepted AJ.
He has indeed. Last one. AJ, you have introduced a portion of Padre fans to some of the best years of Padre baseball. And as I said, I know there's an ultimate goal, but how do you feel? You've been kind of the one spearheading on it. I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but I think you got to on this one.
I mean, I know Jesse and you talk about these being the golden years. That was the idea. And I think when Peter Ron sat down with our group in 2016, it was, hey, when we get to 2020, we want to be good year in, year out this decade. It's just fun to bring a lot of joy to the fans of San Diego. We have such a good organization, such a good group. It's great to be a part of it. Got some steps to do now. It's like getting in is the start. Now it's all about trying to win that World Series ring and go put a flag here in San Diego.
Dry up. Enjoy yourself, brother. AJ, this season started off amazingly well, and it kind of had to tread water there in the middle part of the season. You go out, you make the moves to improve this ball club. Is this part of what you envisioned when you went out and made those moves?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we played great ball to start the season. Hopefully we start the year and end the year playing our best ball of the year. And yeah, I think the deadline, we need to round the club out. So we thought we had a team that could get to this point. Probably, knew we needed some reinforcements. Our baseball ops team did a great job. I think seeing Freddie get the big hit tonight was fun to watch. I think it was all part of the puzzle, honestly, just rounding out the team.
I mean, throughout the course of the season, different things have popped up in terms of what you guys needed to add or what you needed to improve. Talk about this coaching staff, because they seem to pull a lot of things out of guys that hadn't reached the potential that we've seen them reach this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Gavin Sheets that comes here with the opportunity, talking to Schulte, Victor, Mike McCoy's done an unbelievable job with Gavin. You see guys like, at the end of the day, you look at the bullpen piece of David Morgan coming up through the organization, coming right into the mix in the big leagues. Schulte every day. Every day is to talk about what baseball excellence looks like. It's a teaching class. The group is it's a thankless job. They're here at noon every day. They're the last guys to leave. It's a huge part of our success is our coaching staff. And when you can give them talented players and then see those guys achieve and overachieve, that's a testament to the work the staff does every day.
Probably.
All right, here we are. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr.'s in Chicago. And he's not coming home yet. We won't let him come home.
Yeah.
He's not only staying, he's going to Milwaukee after the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gwynn family. You're going to have to sacrifice.
Yes. I think they will.
Pops will be home after game 2 Monday night.
That sounds good to me, Chris.
Me too. The second round series, by the way, the schedule for that is bordering on asinine. I don't get it, how you can play a 5-game series with 3 off days. But that's what they have scheduled for I'm going to call it the Padre Brewer series. It'll be the same for the Cub Brewer series as well.
Thank
but
you for saying both.
Yeah,
teams.
whoever plays the Brewers, they're going to play Saturday and Monday. Then they're going to take Tuesday off, play Wednesday, Thursday, take Friday off, go back to Milwaukee. That's a lot of off time, and it's going to be. I guess it'll be beneficial to the Padres in the sense that they'll be able to use Miller every game and Morejon every game, right? Because they'll have the rest.
That's what they wanted.
Well,
they wanted better pitching.
Yeah, but they're not doing that in every series. They only happen to be doing it in that particular series.
Let me look
in the second round. So thank you very much, Major League Baseball. And hopefully the Padres will take full advantage of it. Earlier today, Cleveland beat Detroit 6-1. The big shot was Brian Ruccio. A solo shot broke a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the eighth for Cleveland. Bo Naylor would follow with a 3-run homer also in that eighth inning. And the Guardians win it 3-1. Dylan Cease, by the way, shouldn't feel alone. The Guardians starter, Tanner Bybee, 4 2/3 innings, struck out 6. Out of the game he came.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Mize started for Detroit, 3 innings, 1 hit he allowed. Out of the game he can. So, starting pitchers are just worthless, it seems like almost, unless you're Garrett Crochet or Skubal.
Or Max Fried, I guess.
Yeah, he went
7.
He went 6+. He didn't quite make 7. If he'd have made 7, the Yankees might have won the game.
Can I file away a rule that I don't like? Under the same rules, like the ground rule double doesn't score a guy from first.
Right, you have to stop at third.
How about the winning pitcher being the guy who comes in the game,
gets a couple outs?
Like Morejon gets the win. And Dylan Cease doesn't. Dylan Cease was in the game longer than Morejon. I think that pitcher, I know that they have to go a certain amount of innings.
They used to, look, when they put it in, the all-time reason for what you're saying is the starting pitcher has to go 5 to even be considered.
Which is crazy because a guy could throw 1 pitch and get the win.
Well, here's the thing. When they made the rule, starting pitchers always threw 5 innings at least.
Okay, there you go.
Now it might be worth revisiting because a lot of starting pitchers don't go 5 because the bullpens are so prevalent. As a matter of fact, Morejon got 13 wins this year because he would come into the game in the 5th inning and the starter couldn't be given the win. So Morejon would get it. So you're right. I think that's something they ought to look at. The highlight of the Guardian Tiger game, though, was the 1st inning. Chase DeLauder. If you've never heard of him, neither had the people in Cleveland. He made his major league debut today for Cleveland. And I guess in the 1st inning, they had a fly ball to him, and he dropped it.
Yeah.
First ball he ever came to him in the major leagues.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
But he did come back and throw out a base runner later in the game at third base. And in the end, Cleveland was able to win 6-1. Meanwhile, Yankees, quick update, have just taken the lead 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Austin Wells, RBI double. So Yankees are 3 outs away from evening that series. Speaking of even series, that's what we have in Chicago, and that's where Sam Levitt is. Sam, before we go anything, because people with us want to know last night where you and I left off, did you get the necessary parts last night from the Chicago area guitar store, or wherever it was you went, to be comfortably on the air today?
Well, number one, it was Best Buy, and
Best
number
Buy,
two,
yeah.
yes, I did. Yes,
Okay.
I did. I got the necessary cord and dongle, and it worked perfectly today. It was all operative. We had a flawless YouTube stream, so I will be expensing that to the company. And yes, it all worked. It all worked beautifully today. A beautiful game, a beautiful stream, and everything is well in Padres land today.
Yes, tonight is all well. I'm curious, you're at the game, right? You have to be a little less of a fan than we all are sitting here watching on TV. But at the same time, Sam, you've been with these guys all year. You know them better than most of us because you talk to these guys way more than the most of us. 1-0 again for 5 innings. I mean, I am just so nervous trying to watch this game. Is it any easier at Wrigley Field?
Well, what do you mean by that? Is it easier because they're on the road?
No, just easier because you're not sweating it out as much as we are. As because
he's asking about you cheering.
Yeah, well, he's not cheering. He can't cheer. But how are your insides before, like, the Manny home run gave us a little breathing room?
Yeah, I mean, I do find, when I've had the opportunity to watch him in LA in games like this or watch him in Chicago in games like this, yeah, I mean, it definitely is a different experience for sure than watching them at home or watching on TV. You're pretty locked in, I would say, pitch by pitch. So, yeah, I mean, your stomach is kind of in knots, to be honest with you. And you just, it's so different than a normal game, in mid-July in the regular season. As you guys all know, you're hanging on every pitch. So, yes, it is nerve-wracking. I thought for a while today it was really nerve-wracking for me because, they were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position at one point, and they're clinging on to a 1-0 lead. And I'm sitting there thinking, uh-oh, we're going to see deja vu here. We're going to be talking about these missed opportunities. But thankfully, courtesy of Manny and excellent pitching today, beyond excellent pitching, it didn't matter. So, we'll see how it shakes out tomorrow. But, yes, it's nerve-wracking, stomach in knots for sure.
Ben Higgins and I watched together a couple of the different San Diego State basketball postseason runs. First and second round Sweet 16 type games. We would sit next to each other in the press row, and we knew we couldn't cheer. But underneath the table, we were kicking each other every time the Aztecs did something good. So, I know kind of what you're talking about, Sam. All right, you talked to Manny after the game. He had the line of the day. I mean, he had a lot of good lines today, but you ask him, what did you like about, your at bat there, the one where the home run? And he said, I kind of like the fact that it went over the fence, Sam. He was pretty happy about that. But look, he needed that. I mean, he's been slumping. I think he was 0 for 12 going back to last year in the playoffs before that swing. And I know he knew Imanaga was going to throw that splitter, and he just was kind of, laying the trap for him, and he was ready to attack it. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, well, and Imanaga left it up, which I think made all the difference in the world, and Manny was ready for it. And look, to me, he was the guy to watch today, and that was because of, just generally how important he is to this team, and it's hard to see them advancing beyond this round and making a deep run if they don't get major contribution from Manny. But it's also, when you go back to last year, I think you're right. It was either 0 for 11 or 0 for 12, I think, going back to his last 4 games. In fact, in our new pregame segment, Player to Bank On, which you can once again catch tomorrow on our pregame coverage, I will say Manny Machado was my player to bank on today, because I pointed out that, Manny had not had a hit in a postseason game. I think it was his last 4 games, whatever the offer was. I'm going off the top of my head here.
Right.
He had hit a home run against Imanaga before, and the bottom line was, they need him. And it's hard to see them advancing if they don't get major contribution from him. And thankfully today they did. So it's a big moment for Manny. I thought, Kevin Acee in the post game, we played it here on the post game coverage. I thought he asked a good question, made a good point of, look, that's a big moment for Manny, because some of the postseason struggles as of late. And also, this has been a really grindy second half for him, right? It was not easy, and it did not go well in the macro when you look at the numbers, and it was kind of shocking to see how that second half went after what was such a good first half. So make no mistake about it. It's a big moment for Manny. And hopefully it will propel him forward now into the rest of the post.
Real quick before Skraby asks a question, was the Player to Bank On segment brought to us by some bank nearby?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. It is a new segment that I've now done for 2 days.
I've never heard that one before, Sam.
Yeah. Let's leave it there because it's escaping my mind, and you can hear it tomorrow. On
Good job by the new
coverage,
bank.
okay?
We appreciate you guys being a part of the.
Good job,
pregame.
Chris, putting them on the spot.
I know. I didn't mean to do that.
Mine's gonna be quick, but Sam Levitt is joining us live from Chicago, presented by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys.
Before you ask a question, can I tell you what I'm doing right now? Because you'll laugh.
Yes, please. I heard
All
something
right,
before you came on the air.
I'm walking around Chicago right now with the great Pedro Gutierrez, one of our Spanish language radio broadcasters. Does a great job. Had a great post game interview himself with Adrian Morhone today, and we are we're searching for dinner right now. So I'm communicating with my hands to Pedro. We were deciding between Thai food or maybe some pizza, so I've been directing him as we go here. But yes,
we're gonna get you off the phone immediately, Sam.
We're also not gonna let you go to Thai food in Chicago when there's pizza.
Don't worry about him.
We already had pizza.
Exactly. Gosh, man, the Chicago pizza people are crazy. All right, let me get this in. Sammy Lev joins us live from Chicago, the streets of Chicago, looking for food, presented by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys facing criminal charges. Trust David P. Shapiro and his team, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Quickly, how difficult on a scale of 1 to 10 was that Fernando catch in the corner?
Well, it was a tough catch. I don't know that a lot of right fielders get to it. It's hard to gauge with Fernando because he makes really difficult things look really easy.
Right.
And he made that look fairly easy by his stand. Look, I think on the scale of Fernando catches, it was kind of medium range. It was a great play. Got a great jump on it, made a great catch, little leap. But we've seen Fernando make more stunning. So
that's true.
You get spoiled by Fernando because he makes things look very, very easy. And I do think there would be right fielders that do not get to that ball for sure. But I'd put it mid-range for Fernando by his standards.
That's
but obviously,
true.
It was a great play. Yeah. I mean, there are plenty of right fielders that do not get to that ball, and that was a big play.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get there, you're looking at either 2 on base and the tying run at the plate, or you're looking at a run in, and you're looking at the tying run at the plate. Either way, so yeah, it's a huge play. The Padres have played very good defense in this series so far. Something that's going to have to continue into tomorrow, and we shall see.
All right, Sammy, you got to go. But while you're walking around, real quick, how many people are walking around town right now in the north side of Chicago saying Craig Counsell is an idiot? Aren't you glad you don't have to defend that one on the post-game show, Sam?
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened to somebody else.
Yeah, it seemed kind of silly to pitch to Manny there when you've got the lefty-lefty matchup.
Yeah.
Next, it was a mistake to pitch to him, and they got burned by it. Now, look, their offense also didn't do anything today. Yeah. Credit to the Padres bullpen. They were incredible today, but that's also, if I were doing Cubs post game, yes, I would question the why pitch to Manny there, but I also would say, hey, you know what? You give up 3 runs, you got to be able to climb that mountain and get over it. So we'll see. Tomorrow's going to be fun. It's going to be nerve-wracking, just like it was today, and hopefully it ends up with champagne and a trip to Milwaukee.
Wherever Sammy Levitt goes,
the champagne flows.
Have fun tomorrow, Sammy. Have fun,
all right,
buddy.
Guys,
Thanks.
Have
a good dinner,
all
too.
Right, see ya.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right, Sam Levitt. As Skraby said, wandering the streets of Chicago.
I've done that before.
Actually sounds kind of fun.
It is if you get in the right neighborhood. I've been in a pretty...
I was going to say, if he's wandering the United Center area of Chicago... I might send out help.
No,
that's a tough area.
Here's a drunk Skraby story from about 15 years ago. I got kicked out of a taxi for yelling out the window too much, and he dropped me off in a horrible neighborhood, and I immediately got scared.
You learned your lesson on that.
Yeah,
one.
I did.
All right, Yankees 4-3. Red Sox coming up in the 9th against David Bednar. We'll get you a final result after the top of the hour break. More Gwynn and Chris ahead, including a visit with Manny.
From the 855.
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh.
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't, yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower or
Well,
something?
I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, someone says maybe he's in the bathroom. I don't know.
He's been known to go there. As have all of us, frankly, but him more than most.
Over, under, Tony just forgot that he was doing the show.
That's not nice. So maybe that's what they're thinking.
You know what just hit me, Chris?
No.
What if Tony went out to get like ice or something and he forgot his room key?
That is something that he is more than capable of doing.
Because he would never be gone this late. This long with knowing that he was on the show.
No kidding, man. We took a commercial break like 5 minutes ago and he has not returned.
I'm going to text him.
Like, are you out in the hall trying to get into your room right now?
Everything okay?
Oh no.
Question mark.
Scaring me. No. Did you hear back from Tony yet?
No, I'm thinking
something.
I'm thinking he locked himself out. He doesn't have his phone because it's in the room, so he's down at the front desk or something. I
don't know. I'm sure there's a story in here somewhere.
There's definitely got to be a
air.
story. Anyway. I was very concerned about Tony, and I took him off the screen because he's not back. I guarantee you he got locked out of his room.
I don't think you're wrong because that makes sense. But how far away is the lobby? Of course, the New York hotel, it could be one of those ones where you got to wait a while to get up to the...
And he's just sitting in line. I don't know why I find this so funny, but it is.
Well, it's funny if he comes back with a funny story.
Yeah, like I locked myself out.
It's not funny if he fell and hit his head somewhere and we don't know where he is. That's not funny.
Of course, that's not funny.
He's obviously not with his phone because he hasn't gotten back to us.
Has Tony locked himself out before? Not during the show, but I'm sure he has at one point in his life.
Of all people, Tony would certainly seem to be one who would do it.
Oh, August also says, Clinton said, got to use the key card for the elevator too. So maybe he's just stuck.
Can't even get down? No, you don't need the key card to go down.
Okay.
You only need those to go up. You should be able to get down to the lobby to say, hey, I locked myself out. In New York City, but if we do, can you go to the Padre Hotel and knock on Tony's door? We don't know where he is still.
No,
still hasn't come back.
And I turned on
It's been 20 minutes now.
I know. Now I'm starting to get a little worried.
Yeah, where'd he go? What happened?
I don't know. I would call the front desk of the hotel, but I have no idea where they're staying.
I don't know where they're staying either. And when you sent him a text and said, is everything all right? We have not heard back from him. He is still not back in his room.
I bet you he is standing in line in the lobby as we speak.
I'm trying to get his key back.
Someone said text Jesse or Dave. And
it's really not a bad idea. Maybe at the next break, though.
Yes.
If we get to the next break, we got to text those guys so that they can go make sure he's okay. Because I don't know where he is. It's crazy.
Dave Marcus is probably the one to text.
We'll text Dave.
Because he's, Jesse could be doing anything, but Dave's always there ready to go.
You're trying to say Dave has a ho-hum life and he'd just be sitting around waiting for a text, whereas Jesse might be busy? Is that what you're...
Dave's been doing this job for like 30 years. I don't think the what is the word I'm looking for? Never mind.
All right. Well, there's certainly an explanation, but we don't have it yet.
Text Scan. I don't know Scan well enough to text him.
We're going to text Dave if this gets to the top of the hour and we still don't have a Tony Gwynn Jr. sighting. All right, do we just go to traffic like it's normal behavior time? I mean, it just seems weird.
We got to move on with the show.
Show must go on?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, we're going to do the good, the bad, and the really, really weird and ugly next here after traffic. All right, it's with less enthusiasm than usual that we embark on the good, the bad, and the ugly for week 2, Skrabe.
I'm going to try not to worry too much.
I'm going to try dinner party music.
Oh,
from
this
like
is
the
okay.
60s.
This is a new one that I put in recently. It kicks in a little bit.
Hi, hey, how are you?
Hey, what's up? This is 97.3, the Jazz.
Yeah, anybody like a hot toddy? Welcome.
I used to love hot toddies.
I'm not quite sure what a hot toddy is.
It's whiskey. It's whiskey.
It's alcohol and it's warm.
Yes, exactly.
I guess this is a happy hour, or qualifies anyway. We're going to bring it on into you. Thanks to our friends at GL Pools, swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Padres, yep, they're still going strong. And your pool should be going strong as well. Don't let algae, broken equipment, bench your backyard fun. GL Pools, mention the word radio for a free month of pool service. Padres win 3-0 over the Cubs today. Series even. Haven't talked a lot about Yu Darvish pitching tomorrow yet. I guess it'll be my fault if it doesn't work out. But there's really hardly anybody I'd rather have go. I just feel great about Yu Darvish in this spot. Do I think he's going to pitch 7 no-hit innings? No, I think he's going to give up a run or 2. But I think he's going to keep you in this ball game. He's going to give you every shot to win it, because that's what Darvish is about. And I just, to me, this is what he's, there for. Now, he's had some, good moments and not good moments in the postseason. But last year he was lights out for the Padres, and I'm hoping that he will be again tomorrow. But I ultimately think you're going to have to score 6 or 7 runs, because if Darvish goes 5-6 innings, you're probably not going to have Mortahone. You're probably not going to have Mason Miller. And I love David Morgan, and I love Peralta and Brad Glay, Rodriguez, and all these guys. But I don't really want to be watching them with a 1-run lead in the 7th inning. So let's have a 4 or 5 run lead, so we can bring them in, because I think we're going to need to bridge a couple innings with those guys.
Do you want
tomorrow.
A positive stat for Yu Darvish?
I do. Yeah.
All right. He's pitched a lot at Wrigley Field because he used to play for the Cubs.
Yes.
But he has 30 games at Wrigley Field, and his strikeout to walk ratio is 4.35. So for every walk, he strikes out 4 guys. And his OPS is 698. And the batting average against at Wrigley Field is 224. So that's pretty good.
I have no doubt that
he has 226 strikeouts versus 52 walks in 30 games at Wrigley.
I have no doubt that Darvish is going to come up big tomorrow. I just feel that he's going to. Jameson Taillon, a former Yankee prospect who pitched in the playoffs briefly for the Yankees last year, is the guy for Chicago. The other possibility would have been Colin Ray, but he pitched in relief today.
He did, yep.
So that isn't going to happen. They're not going with an opener or any of that. So it's Taillon. I said he pitched for the Yankees in the playoffs last year. He didn't. He pitched for the Yankees a couple of years ago in the playoffs. Taillon started his career with the Pirates, one of the many,
yes, the farm league.
The farm league team. Yes, he started as a farm league guy for the Pirates. He's got a very good career record, 82-60. That's pretty good. He was 11-7 this year, 3.68. So Taillon had a really nice year. He finished the season strong, but we just got to get to him. We got to do it. There's just no other option.
I found Yu's ERA at Wrigley.
Okay.
In 173 2/3 innings.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 3.89, which isn't terrible, but it's not great.
Darvish will be good tomorrow.
I
trust me.
Believe you. I don't know if I can trust you.
I know. Don't trust me. Trust him.
if I go into the game trusting you, but yeah, go ahead.
I can't do John Sterling very well, but the Yankees win 4-3 over the Boston. The last batter of the game, Rafaela, the center fielder for the Red Sox, with 2 outs and the bases empty, hit one to the right field fence. Aaron Judge's back was basically scraping the wall as he caught the ball. He didn't have to jump up and save it, but it was right there.
It was.
I'm sure everybody had to start their hearts over. Yankees on a score in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it was a mad dash by Jazz Chisholm, Skraby. He scored from first on a single.
Wow.
Down the right field line by Austin Wells. Chisholm raced all the way around, slid into the tag. That won it for New York. Series will go to the 3rd game. So all 3 series so far going the distance.
I think
as of now.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Reds could do the same tonight, but we'll see.
I want the game to be a little bit
more interesting tonight.
No, I want it to be a little bit later, the Padres game tomorrow.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be at 12:08 again.
Okay, there's only 2 choices now, right? So if the Dodgers win, it'll be at a certain time, and if the Dodgers lose, it'll be a certain time.
Let me go back to my
So you need to figure that out.
Little sheet.
While you're figuring that out,
if I got it right here.
All right.
New York wins and LA wins, it's a 2:08 start.
That's our time?
Yes.
You sure?
Well,
because if they both win, then if LA wins.
Yes.
So that means there'd only be 3 games tomorrow.
Correct.
Which means the Padres would play a couple of hours later at 2:08.
Yes, which
that's if the Dodgers win tonight.
Correct. If not, they're playing at 12:08 tomorrow.
Then it's the regular 12:08 because all 4 series will be going again.
Yes.
So that's the 2 things that's between now, 12:08 and 2:08.
Come on. That means the Dodgers will win, though.
Yeah. The Dodgers win, it's 2:08. The Reds win, it's 12:08. It's going to be 2:08.
It's going to be 2.
Yeah, the Dodgers are winning tonight. I don't see how the Reds can hold up, to be honest with you. All right. Manny Machado.
I knew that was coming.
It had to come today, of all days.
I knew it was coming.
Sammy Levitt.
No, this is...
it's not Sammy.
This is post-game.
Oh, post-game sound.
Yes.
Manny on the big home run and the big win today.
Manny, as you were headed to the plate, did you expect that you would be hitting or walking to first base?
Hitting for sure.
Okay. I know you say you don't look for anything, but what did you look for and what did you see on?
I saw a split. He threw it to me and Toddy earlier in the game. It was pretty good. So just trying to get something. He throws that fastball up in the zone and change up off of it. So you really can't sit on anything, but just kind of try to get something on the dish.
What'd you make of today's game? I mean, it was kind of a typical Padres game. You guys manufactured a run, got maybe 1 shot, and then you're back into your bullpen.
For sure, score early. We had opportunities. Capitalized in that first inning. I struck out. Jackson got the guy over, and then we got one in. We had opportunities today. We capitalized on them, and we got to tip our cap to Dylan. He went out there and did a tremendous job. Got us 4, and Morejon home came in, did 3. Mason after that, Suarez. What our bullpen did today was outstanding. So, we're able to give them the runs early on in the game to be able to do it.
Vinny, how would you describe the demeanor of your team today? You guys seem really energized, especially after your home run, after Fernando's catch in right field. Yeah, it was it's what postseason is about, man. It's a beautiful thing to be playing here and in front of these crowds, and what's at stake. So our boys went out there and competed as well as we can, and leave it all on the field. And obviously we have a high energy team with Jackson, Toddy, myself, Arise. But whenever our pitching staff goes out there and does what he did today, Dylan, I think he set the tone for everyone.
Kevin, given that you are who you are, why did you expect you would not be walked?
Well, I don't put a manager's cap on, and I'm 0 for 6 at that point. So, I'm just
not thinking about that. You know, I mean, for myself, I was just thinking about trying to get to Malaga.
I know the moment stands on its own. It's a postseason game, but it has been a little bit of a scuffle for you. Did you feel toward the end of the season the swing was coming around and that you were on the verge of?
Yeah, myself, I hit the ball hard yesterday. It was just outs, you know. Sometimes that happens. I mean, both sides of the team yesterday. I mean, we hit balls hard, and they just, you know, other than the 2 home runs that went out, both teams hit the ball hard, just right at people. I mean, it's good defense. You got 2 good defensive teams, two staffs that are throwing well. So, you know, sometimes you got to hit it soft and not hit it as hard, you know, to get stuff going. But yeah, I mean, swings there is just going to continue doing it and continue grinding and having good at bats. I think at the end of the day, I mean, don't worry about your swing. It's just more about having good at bats.
Megan,
you mentioned Shota's pitch mix, how he likes to attack the zone. He's also given up a lot of home runs this year. How can that kind of knowledge help you when you are stepping into the box, knowing, you know, especially a starter, when they can be home run prone?
I mean, that knowledge is great, but that knowledge is not great against me. He kind of owns me a little bit. You look at the numbers, I don't do too well. Got 1 hit, now 2. I mean, obviously they've been homers, but other than that, it's been a strikeout. So it's either strikeout or homer. But yeah, I mean, he threw the ball well, man. He mixed it in. He got our lefty lanes out. You know, we missed a couple pitches up in the zone. I mean, he's got good stuff. You always got to respect it. And he threw the ball well. I mean, he just, you know, I mean, even the bat before, he threw me a really good changeup down and away. I mean, I think he's probably trying to do the same thing, and he just missed it a little bit.
And then just, you know, they went with an opener to try and limit his exposure to you and Tatis there. Obviously a very sweet moment to hit a homer in that spot. Is there any extra sweetness, vindication, knowing that they were trying to limit how many times he got to look at you guys and that both of you were able to produce in that inning?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's huge, but I'm just happy we won. You know, I know it was going to be a grind, and it wasn't going to be easy, and it's not going to be easy. I mean, nothing's easy at this point of the season. So just like I told the boys, man, let's just go out there and continue to grind. It's not easy. Nothing's, you know, to climb these mountains is not easy. You know, you got the best of the best playing right now. You know, who've all had hell of a seasons and tremendous years, and this is why we're here. So just go out there, compete, enjoy it, and, you know, just leave it on the field.
That's Manny coming off the long ball today. You know, the Padres didn't exactly tear it up again with the hitting.
I'm not even going to care about that right now.
Yeah, well, I don't care today, but as I keep saying, they're going to need to hit hopefully tomorrow. Got 7 hits today and 3 walks, but they went 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position.
How many hits did the Cubs have? 4?
Yeah, Cubs had 4. But you're not going to make it if we just take a 1-0 lead in the first inning and try to hang on to it all day again.
No.
None of us are.
No.
So
when they went into the 5th inning, the game was 1-0, and I was like, this is when it went bad yesterday, and I started getting in my head. Thankfully, it didn't.
A lot of stuff gets into our heads when your season's being threatened.
Threatened is a good word.
Jamison Taillon. Interesting name.
It is an interesting
It's
name.
from Lakeland, Florida. Just thought you'd want to know. Reds are batting in the top of the first at Dodgers. No score. All 3 of the other series are going to a deciding 3rd game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Padres, if you're just tuned in, will play at 12:08 again if the Reds even the series.
Yes.
Assuming, though, which I think is going to happen, the Dodgers will win tonight. Padres will play at 2:08 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 choices right now.
And we're sorry.
Oh my God.
Teoscar Hernandez just dropped an easy pop fly. Easy. Just went right off of his glove. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for the Reds.
Like,
now.
if that happened to a minor league player somewhere, a minor league little leaguer, the fans would have gone, oh my God, how did he drop that?
Yeah.
But this was a major league right fielder who missed that
I think they're
ball.
actually seeing if he was in.
He was.
No, he was in fair territory.
Yeah,
so.
the ball landed foul, but it doesn't matter.
He was
clearly in fair territory. So.
That was brutal.
Yeah, he's a terrible fielder, like one of the worst ever. But they can't take him out of the field.
No, you see his 2 home runs last night?
Well, and the DH happens to be that Ohtani guy, so they kind of want to keep him in there.
I guess so.
All right. More Gwynn and Chris coming up after we check some traffic. We'll hear from one of the heroes, certainly today, Dylan Cease, when we return on Gwynn and Chris.
Hey, guys, it's Wood.
out the Cubs 3-0 to even things up. In Los Angeles tonight, Teoscar Hernandez, 2 homers last night, just gave the Reds 2 runs in the first inning. I mean, he honestly dropped one of the easiest fly balls you'll ever see a major leaguer drop. And Sal Stewart, the rookie for the Reds, followed with a 2-run single.
That baby Sal.
Sal is the guy that was like Manny Machado's protege, right?
Yep.
He homered here.
Yep.
And he and Manny shared kind of a wry smile. I remember when he ran around the bases.
They did, yes.
But he came up with a big hit here. Reds lead 2-0. Tani figures to probably cut that to 2-1 when he leads off the bottom of the first here in a moment or two.
Oh, don't even say that.
I can't help it. It just feels like he's going to. All right. It was interesting. Somebody said earlier, how come you guys were down on Dylan Cease? We personally were not down on Dylan Cease.
The person, but the pitcher scared me.
The pitcher scared everybody. And if you're saying anything different, I think you're lying.
There has to be some sort of doubt in the back of your head.
There had to be. You sent a guy out tonight to save your season who is 1-9 with a 5.80 ERA on the road this year. Now, he was an original draft choice of the Cubs.
Yes, he was.
He had a little, that going for him, but Cease really had not pitched well, especially on the road, but he sure did today. Got the first 11 outs. And as Tony said, and we all agreed, if this was a regular game, he would have pitched 6-7 innings today. They would have never taken him out, but you got your bullpen. You got to win this game. But it still didn't take it away from the fact that Cease was big today, and here's what he had to say after the game.
Dylan, congratulations. I know it was big to you, not just to perform today to give your team a chance to win, but maybe the way the postseason's gone, the season's gone. What did this mean to you today?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. At the end of the day, it was do or die, and none of us want to go home.
Is it possible that you were maybe as sharp as you've been on since when?
Yeah, I was definitely pretty sharp. I don't know. I mean, in some ways, you could argue that was probably one of my sharpest, if not my sharpest of the year. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely solid.
Dylan, last we saw you on the south side, your fastball was 95.6 for the season. Today you're up to 99.7. Is it a matter of just because you're only going to pitch 4 innings, or are you a different kind of pitcher than you were 2 years ago?
I mean, I was throwing pretty similar then, but now I mean, probably a little bit has to do with playoffs and everything being on the line. But I don't know. I mean, it's pretty similar, to be honest.
Scott.
Hey, Dylan. How do you kind of look? You guys have been here before, as Mike said yesterday. How do you kind of look as a winner take all situation for Game 3 tomorrow for the team?
Yeah, I mean, we got to do it again. We showed we can do it today. I think we feel good. Obviously, it's gonna be a big challenge, but I feel like we're ready and we're excited for it.
Go Vinny and then Kevin.
Dylan, obviously we saw Manny get real fired up after the home run, saw Fernando get fired up after making that catch in right field. What was the energy like for you guys today with obviously knowing what was on the line?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we played with an edge for sure. We played with energy. And at the end of the day, we played really clean baseball, and, that's what it takes to win at this time of year.
Is this about what you expected in terms of number of pitches, or what was your expectation going in?
I didn't necessarily have an expectation. I, kind of visualized myself going deep and giving us a chance to win. But at the end of the day, I really, like I said, just wanted to give us a chance to win, and that's all that really matters.
You've been fairly positive about the progress that you've made, even when the results maybe. Was there anything today, or was this a culmination of you having been improving?
Yeah, I feel like I've been improving. It was definitely a bit of a rough year, but, I think the biggest thing is to not let it, kind of keep seeping into future starts. So no matter how my previous ones go, I always just try to visualize, positive things and think positive for the next ones,
Go back to Vinny.
Dylan, you said yesterday that you were excited for the playoffs, but you wanted better results than you've had in the past. I mean, now having a game like today, if you guys are fortunate enough to move forward, what sort of confidence does that give you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big confidence builder. Playoff baseball is different. It's next level of energy, next level of pressure, and all of that. So, I felt calm and I felt ready for really all my outings in the postseason. But having a little bit of success is definitely a massive confidence booster. And now we got to get it done tomorrow so I can get another chance.
All right, Dylan Cease. Well done, Mr. Cease. It's funny how things change, because last week we surmised, you and I, Skraby, that Cease wouldn't even be on the roster for the first round because there's no reason to use him. But without Michael King ready, and I believe he's just not right, Cease had to be the guy, and he came through. Tomorrow it'll be Darvish. It'll be Tyon, Jameson Tyon, who's from the Woodlands, Texas.
I thought he was from Lakeland, Florida.
I'm sorry. He was born there. He went to high school in the Woodlands, Texas.
I am learning way too much about Jameson Tyon tonight.
Well, I'm giving it to you now because he's going to be out of the game so quickly tomorrow. You're not going to hear much more about him.
All right.
That's the plan.
Okay.
All right. Coming up, we still got another half an hour to go. Padres won it 3-0 today. You're aware. Skraby's going to do a little big five. Couple of things we got to get into that we haven't talked about yet. The WNBA finals are set, but the league, I'm not picking on them because I'm like want the WNBA to do well, but they're a disaster. They're an absolute disaster going into the most important thing of the year. No one's talking about the matchup in the finals. Everyone's, the commissioner's ripping Caitlin Clark and saying just really dumb stuff, and the players are defending and they want the commissioner gone, and oh my goodness.
It's a crazy situation. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it in sports.
It's a mess. It's a complete mess, and it's too bad for the WNBA, because I did watch the game last night, or the fourth quarter anyway, Indiana and Las Vegas for the right to go to the finals. I'm telling you, Skraby, these kids were making some plays, and it was an overtime game, and it was a great game. But nobody's talking about it because it's all the other stuff. We'll get into that. Also, what else did you say? You had a couple of other good ones. I was going to promote them. Now I can't remember.
Our boss, Adam, heard us talking about, I wonder what the guys in Chicago were talking about.
Yes.
And he sent me a tweet from our sister station, 670 The Score. I believe it's our sister station. But those
guys are all over Craig Counsell now.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll hear what the Chicago people had to say. So stick around. It's all coming up.
The biggest guests in
Here we go into the final segment of today. Then, tomorrow we get up and do this all again. We got to win tomorrow, or today just, was an extension of things. So we'll play it either 12:08 or 2:08. You're just going to have to wait for the Dodger game to end tonight, or get up in the morning, wherever it is, go online later this evening if you're not watching the Dodger game. If the Dodgers win, as we would expect, Padres will play at 2:08 tomorrow. But if the Reds win, and right now the Reds are ahead 2-0, then the game will be Padres at 12:08 like it was today.
Yep.
That's all we can tell you. So you're going to have to kind of keep tabs on that yourself. All right, we're going to get into the Big Five. Skraby's got some stuff. Did you get this from Buster Posey into the Big Five?
Which there's many things that came out of Buster Posey's press conference today.
Well, one thing was that he says they're not interested in Bochy as manager.
They are not.
We will see.
He said, okay, so Buster Posey, this is not part of the Big Five.
Okay.
But Buster Posey basically said he wants a manager that's going to work 24 hours a day with him. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Buster Posey's a baseball player. He's a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. But that's what he said. And I don't necessarily think that Bruce Bochy is the kind of manager that they want right now. Not saying it's right or wrong. Just saying. That's what
I don't know that I want to work 24/7 on anything.
I don't know. Me neither.
Frankly.
neither.
Even something I really, really like. I think 24/7 is a little much to ask.
Buster, there's something called a work-life balance that you have to have a little bit. I think he wants a guy who's maybe single, no family, just does nothing but baseball. So,
all right, good luck with that, Buster. What is his first name?
Gerald.
There's a more famous Buster than him, I think.
Buster Olney? Buster Douglas?
I'm going to say Buster Douglas, more famous. He won the heavyweight thing over Tyson. That still resonates, maybe? I don't know.
I don't disagree with you, but if kids don't know who Tony Gwynn Sr. is these days,
right, they're not going to remember Buster Douglas.
Idea who Buster Douglas is.
Fair point. All right, better get into the Big Five because we won't get there otherwise.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, someone on the chat said Buster Keaton is more famous.
You know, that's even older than me. Okay, I just want you to know there's actually was life on Earth before me. That's when Buster Keaton was doing like silent movies. But he
wasn't even to the talkie stage.
I don't think
yet.
he made talkies. He might have made a couple, but yeah, Buster Keaton is another Buster.
I went and I asked Chris, who's Buster Keaton?
Yeah, well, like I said, that's really going back.
Apparently the first stuntman anyway.
Okay.
All right. Big Five. Chris said earlier in like just a throwaway comment, I think. I wonder what the guys in Chicago on the radio are talking about right now.
I know what they're talking about. I just want to hear what they're saying about it. Yeah.
All right. So 670 The Score, sister station to 97.3 The Fan. They obviously talked about it. And here is Matt Spiegs on 670 The Score.
They're talking about
I
counsel.
should set it up.
Yeah,
Right.
I should tell people.
Here it is. They were surprised, and so they were talking about counsel pitching to Manny Machado instead of walking him.
Right.
And here's what they said.
Frankly, here's what I think happened, Lawrence.
Okay.
I think he went with his gut and was confident in Shota. And this is baseball, that you go with your gut sometimes, and it goes against what your gut actually had said before, or in this case, what happened is you've got a by-the-book manager who is relentlessly emotionless in his thought process. And the way that he describes it, no, they're outgetters, and describes it in a dispassionate way. And then in the moment, he was a player. He was a guy. He was a human who went with his gut and thought, you know what? I think Shota's actually rolling, and he's pretty good. And the result is terrible, so it's shocking. It's just I thought he was going to stick with the book, and the book worked beautifully yesterday. And he's such a by the book guy that it's shocking to see him go with his gut, and it blows up in his face.
Well, that's why I wonder about.
And that's basically the crux of everything. But I think that was a good.
I'll be honest with you, it's a fair take, but it's really kind to Craig Counsell. I expected, fans in Chicago to be like,
"Oh, fans are probably different,"
right? But even radio people, Miss Chicago. I expected a little more. What the hell was he thinking, Matt? Like, this guy's an idiot. I mean, come on.
We both know, Chris, when you are the home of
you're the home of the team, maybe you got to be a little more okay.
It does help us be a little bit more political,
grounded,
because grounded is a way better word, because I would, maybe go off and say something and then,
as a fan,
realize that I shouldn't have said it that way.
The fans are crazy, and they have a right to be, because I don't get facing Manny Machado when you got lefty Jackson Merrill on deck. But thankfully they faced him, and it was Manny himself who said, the way I'm swinging, I might have faced me too.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't make it right.
All right, my question in the Big Five for this is, do you think Craig Counsell loses sleep over that decision tonight? I do.
I don't think so. He's got too much to worry about for tomorrow.
So you think he is a baseball guy, obviously. He's a manager, he's
Doesn't
a player.
Craig Counsell scored the winning run in 2 seventh innings, 2 seventh game of World Series?
I don't know.
It's unbelievable. Oh, yeah. He scored the winning run in the 2001 Diamondbacks World Series over the Yankees, walk-off win.
Yeah.
And in 97, he scored for the Marlins to beat
That's a good
the then
question.
Indians.
I wonder how many other guys have done that.
Nobody's ever come close to doing that.
So what you're saying is they should trust him because he scores runs in the World Series.
Well, look, I don't know about that. I know that the Cubs are paying him way too much money to make a mistake like that.
That is true. He's one of the highest paid managers in the league.
I hope it ends up costing him. But look, if the Padres win tomorrow, then it'll be talked about, and if the Cubs win tomorrow, it'll be under the bridge. That's how it'll work.
I think that was a fair take from the guy, but.
It's fair take,
and he wasn't going to go crazy and scorch earth because there's a game 3.
I'm not the Cub radio home, so I don't have to be
and
nice.
If they were eliminated today, I think we hear a different take. I definitely think we hear
I think if they're eliminated tomorrow, you'll still hear a different take, potentially.
We will.
Number 4.
All right, this goes to the Yankees, because Jazz Chisholm had... he had a beef with Aaron Boone yesterday because
he didn't like being benched.
No, he was benched, and I'll tell you why. Former outfielder and Yes Network analyst Cameron Maybin quote tweeted a clip of Chisholm speaking to the media with his back turned after not starting Tuesday's 3-1 Game 1 wildcard loss. Here's what Cameron Maybin said. The man just had a 30-30 season and then gets treated like a platoon player, and that's unacceptable. The third player in Yankees history to have a 30-30 season. The Yankees instead, end quote. The Yankees instead played Ahmed Rosario at second base over Chisholm, opting for the righty bat, who entered the game 6 for 9 with a homer against Red Sox ace Garrett Crochet.
Wow.
So the history is there.
6 for 9 with a home run. Boy, you got to find a way to get the guy in the game. I think that's fair.
And then Jazz Chisholm today scores the winning run in the 8th inning for the Yankees.
Chisholm, that's a classic mad dash he made today. I will say this for Aaron Boone, who is, getting just grilled, and it's New York, so he expects it. But yesterday they did play one left-handed batter against Crochet, and that was Trent Grisham yesterday. And Grisham went 0 for 4 with 4 punchies. So, I think Aaron Boone knew what he was doing, trying to get some lefties out of there against Crochet yesterday. But Chisholm wasn't happy. But you know what? I don't expect anything different from Chisholm because I don't find him to be much of a team ball player. I think they should put him on a team with Soto, and the two of them can just do their own thing.
I don't think Jazz Chisholm is in the wrong for being angry. 30-30 season is pretty good. And I get you're going with a guy who has a good history against Garrett Crochet, but would you rather have a guy who's shown it to you all season long rather than some matchup? We talk about matchups all the time, and ultimately what happened in the past doesn't really matter. You might have a good history off of a guy, but if I'm Jazz Chisholm, I feel like he has a right to be angry.
Bellinger went 0 for 3 against Crochet. He did get a single off Chapman in the 9th inning. Chisholm did bad in the 9th inning against Chapman, and he flied out. Grisham was 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. Austin Wells was 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. I mean, they didn't touch Crochet with any of their lefties. I hate to agree with Aaron Boone, but I don't hate to. I like Aaron Boone. So there.
All right.
Number 3.
All right, we'll move to the WNBA real quick because there is some craziness happening. I have never seen maybe Chris, you could fill me in if it's happened, but I've never seen active superstars of your league talking about the commissioner like some of these superstars are talking about the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert. Now here's Nafisa Collier, because they're going through a collective bargaining agreement negotiations. And here's Nafisa Collier from the Minnesota Lynx the other day talking about some of the discussions that she had with WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
All right, so that's what she told a player.
Not only a player, one of her best
player.
Her star player.
And Asia Wilson came out today and said, I am 100% with Nafisa Collier.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Everybody. This is an easy one to be with Nafisa Collier.
Yeah.
I don't care if the commissioner was right. And let me be clear. The commissioner's not right.
No, Caitlin Clark
is not making money because she's in the WNBA. She was already making $16 million a year before she was ever even drafted.
Ever heard of NIL?
I don't. Yeah. So this commissioner is totally wrong. But even if she was right, she just embarrassed herself and her entire league by saying stuff like players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
It's all ego.
Wow.
It's all ego.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. I understand Engelbert is pretty much planning now to just step down at the end of the season because she knows she's an embarrassment. I feel really bad for the WNBA, the players, the whole league. I watched the game last night, and it was really good, Skrabe. Some of those kids from the Aces in that overtime were throwing up these 3-point shots that were spectacular to win the game. Indiana was battling and hanging in there without Caitlin Clark, and their best player who left the game in the third quarter had to be helped off the floor, and their top inside center, Aaliyah Boston, who fouled out. And Indiana was still going toe-to-toe with them. It was a great game. It was great theater. Even the officiating was okay last night.
Wow.
So, I just wish the WNBA could get out of its own way because they have a really good product that's fun for, at least I like it. I know a lot of you do. But, yeah, this is all we're talking about is a stupid commissioner.
Here's what Kathy Engelbert said about the...
Yeah, so we should hear her response. Go ahead.
And it was a statement.
Yeah.
And it says, I have the utmost respect for Nafisa Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we can continue to elevate the game. I'm disheartened by how Nafisa characterized our conversations in league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver. That tells me someone who does not care. Not care.
Just tells me there's somebody that's really doesn't read the room too well.
Yeah, not at all.
She really should step down. I know Stephen A. Smith's calling for it.
Well, if he's calling for it, we got to do it,
It's more
Chris.
powerful than me calling for it.
You're right there. Me
All
too.
right.
Me too.
Yeah.
This is crazy. She's going to be looking for a new
Yeah,
job.
I just thought those were really, really bad remarks last night that Nafisa Collier shared. And the commissioner did not deny any of them.
No.
She said, I'm sorry that we
No.
She said, I'm sorry that we kind of see things and they were characterized. No. She was anyway. All right,
Yeah.
it's too
Anyway,
bad.
we've crushed her accordingly. What number are we on? Number 2.
Number 2.
Veteran cornerback Xavier Howard signed with the Indianapolis Colts in August, hoping to revive his career. After 4 games, 4-time Pro Bowler, former Dolphin, is over it. He retired today. He's 32 years old. He informed the Colts today, and it's going to come after a much criticized performance against the Rams and how he guarded Puka Nacua. Howard was not at practice today, but the team's injury report indicated he was absent because of a personal matter. He said his dream has now changed and he is no longer willing to put football before his family. My purpose, quote, my purpose has been fulfilled in the sport when my kids are more important to me than football. I've had a hell of a career, and even though it's ending in a unique way, I'm cool with that because for once I'm putting my family first, and I'm proud and excited about that decision. So I'm up first. I don't even really have a question.
You don't need a question. I'll just tell you, my thing with Xavier Howard was he was a pretty good Dolphin there for a little bit. I think he was all pro 1 year. I mean, he was a really good corner cover, but he's similar to a lot of these guys in the NFL. It goes quick, and he's not much anymore. And I think he knew it, and I think he felt the writing was on the wall. And Nacua torched him for, was it 17 catches for 130 yards?
He had 17.
Oh, it was
catches?
Unbelievable.
Are you serious?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I mean, he scored 30-something fantasy points without even scoring a touchdown.
30 or 17 catches?
It was either that or 13 for 170. Whatever it was.
I'm going to look.
Go look. It was a ton. Like, he dominated the game. Puka did. Look it up.
I'm looking. I'm almost there. Puka Nacua, 13 catches, 170 yards,
so I
and
transposed
a touchdown.
it. Yeah, 13 for 170. So,
wow.
Yeah, Xavier Howard knows it's over for him, and that's okay. So he's smart. I'm still mad at him because I thought he took cheap shots at Tua after the opening game. I don't think it's the way you treat a former teammate like that, unless they had an issue in Miami, which I didn't know they did. But for him to say, we got the ball out of there, it was panic mode, we knew we could get him flustered. I thought that was really kind of not really, didn't make him in the best light.
No,
Xavier Howard.
No, and I don't like a guy retiring.
Because the Colts beat the Dolphins and he won, but you know what? That's enough. You won. You don't need to say that stuff.
I'm not
So.
mad at the guy for retiring because it's his choice, and honestly, football is terrible for you in the long run, but quitting on your team in the middle of a season kind of irks me as well. If someone quit on us, I almost called you Tony. Someone quit on us, Chris, I would be mad about it. I would be like, that's a selfish decision. Just go tell the coaches that you're feeling this way. Maybe you sit out the rest of the season, and help the team with film or something. But to retire, just get out of there altogether after they sign you in August.
It leaves the team in a bit of a lurch.
A pickle.
Mookie Betts, RBI single. Reds 2, Dodgers 1, bottom of the third. All right, finish it up.
Number 1.
This one is crazy, and I don't have time to put it on the stream, but in Cleveland, Dylan Gabriel is now going to be starting for the Browns instead of Joe Flacco.
Explain what Shador did.
Here, I'm going to show you the video.
Show me the video.
But they were
you can't put it on the screen?
I can't put it on the screen in time.
Okay.
But basically, he was asked questions, and all he did was mime back. He didn't say anything.
He wouldn't speak.
He would not speak. And you think that he's speaking right now.
But he was just
Here. I'm going to go back.
He's a character.
He is just
so he's just mouthing
nothing.
words.
Yes,
he's a strange guy, Shador. It's getting to be that point now. It does speak volumes, though, that the Browns are going with Gabriel, and they're keeping Flacco as the backup. So Shador is still the emergency.
Yeah.
I don't know this whole Shador. Are we ever going to get to the bottom of this? And
one day,
and find out the NFL really just has colluded against this kid the entire way, and that the Browns thought, okay, we'll break the mold, but then the Browns found out that everything everyone was saying was true?
One day.
All right. Tomorrow, we'll be on, I think, after the game either way.
Yes.
12:08 or 2:08.
Well, I guess let's set it up. If the Dodgers win, it's 2:08. If the Reds win, it's 12:08 for the Padres tomorrow.
But either way, we're on after the game.
Correct.
You and I.
Yes.
And we'll be talking about Padres and their trip to Milwaukee. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, it's